Good morning. That's not supposed to be in this bag. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We at it, y'all. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. So, this is the first ever morning makeup chat. And I am excited because, first of all, let me apologize because we are definitely a little behind. It is 7:45, and I told y'all we was going to be there at 7 a.m., but it's just something about the bed, y'all. It's something about being asleep that, like, it just brings me joy. There are a couple Taurus allegations that I'm never beaten. So, is what it is. I'm just happy to be before y'all this morning. As I told y'all, every day we will have a subject. Today, I feel like because it hinges on the conversation we started last night, we're going to talk about being a lover girl and why I feel like that's important. And why I don't think you should ever stop no matter what happens. I made a post last night and a couple people were like, this was hopeful, but there also were a couple people who were like, like that doesn't make sense. Or one woman was like, that's super unsafe. Like, what did she say? She was like, well, you got to be careful because some people want to take you out. It may be a toxic trait that I have. Good morning. It may be a toxic trait that I have, but I feel like anything could take you out. When it's your time, it's your time. So, like, what? I don't know. I feel like living in constant fear of being taken out is just not a vibe that I'm going with. So, yeah, good morning. I just feel like our time on this rock is super limited. And in many ways, I feel like you are expected to, like, no longer have feelings. Like, and I don't rock with that. I don't rock with that at all. Good morning. So, I think that that's why, like, my resolution to, like, always be a lover girl is such a thing. I have not. Sorry, y'all. I'm supposed to be talking and just, it did not happen. Anyway, so I totally understand, I guess, the temptation to, like, become a numb and feelingless person after, like, a breakup. And I feel like that's what most people say happens. Like, they go through a breakup and then there's, like, the, like, what, I've been done wrong and blah, 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 so I can, like, love no one. I just don't agree with it, I suppose. And I think the reason why is because, like, good morning, beautiful. I think the reason why is because, like, it just, I don't know. In my head, it doesn't make sense. There are too many people on the planet to get hung up on any one specific person. But also, like, to keep yourself from loving people or to stunt your own growth in love because someone else broke your heart. It just seems backwards to me. And the reason why it seems backward is because they're not going to stop. like, I don't know. I feel like many things about being a lover girl are rebellious in this generation because of the fact that, like, and I hate that phrase. I hate the phrase, like, in this generation, because what does that even mean? And what generation are we talking about specifically? And, like, stop. But that's the phrase people use, so I'll use it. But it just doesn't make sense to me. And I get it, like the emotions. You know what? I think that sometimes it happens because people don't process their emotions. I used to have that real bad, and journaling helps a whole lot. Oh, thank you. Journaling has helped a whole lot, but I think that people really, really do not process their emotions, so they get stuck in them, like they are stagnated by them. And I think that after a breakup, the most like common way that people avoid their emotions is self-improvement. Like they get up and get to, I'm going to work out now and I'm going to do this. And it's like all of those things are good things. I wholeheartedly believe that after a breakup, you need to pick up a hobby so that you don't spin the block. But it's one thing to pick up a hobby and like use it positively. It's a completely different thing to like pick up a hobby because you don't want to process your emotions and use that hobby. For example, the gym. A perfect example, I think, is the gym, because so many people do that where it's like, I got my feelings hurt or I got my heart broken and, like whatever. So now the games, whatever. But so many people, because of the fact that they didn't process their emotions, they find out that down the line, like, you know what I mean? First of all, you didn't process your emotions, but also you've been working out and it's not even for you. You're working out hoping that somebody who broke up with you or somebody who don't care about you or somebody who's not working or watching you is going to like see you and be interested in it again. But it's like if they weren't interested, they're not going to start being interested because you look different. They knew what you looked like when y'all got together. Make it make sense. So yeah, I don't know. I just feel like, where is my eyeshadow primer? But anyway, I just feel like it just does not make sense to ever stop being a lover girl. And I get it. Like, I get it. I know emotions hurt, but get over it. And it sounds so mean. It sounds so mean when you say it that way, but literally get over it. The emotions you are holding on to from one person and not processing are keeping you from finding the thing that may be like a positive. I don't get it. It's harsh. I'm like, I know you're like, no, it doesn't, but it's harsh. It is harsh. And it is really harsh, especially when you're like dealing with intense emotions, for somebody to just be like, get over it. But get over it. Another thing, why should I change my appearance for, well, Grand Rising. I don't think that you should ever change your opinions for anyone. So I can't really speak to you thinking you want to change your opinion specifically for a man and whether or not they're going to objectify you. I think that when you decide that you are done feeling a certain way or looking a certain way, you should do whatever you want with your appearance. And it should not matter who has anything to say or to feel about that. But in the specific example of breakups, which is what we were talking about, I think that a lot of people don't even realize that they're trying to modify their appearance for the person that they previously had. Here I am talking. Ain't a piece of makeup been put on my face. Run in my mouth. But anyway, I just don't get it. Joy Rising. I love that. My grandmother's name was Joy. Hello from South Africa. It's so wild to me when like people are like from the opposite side of the globe. I'm like, whoa. Never expected that my reach would ever be that far. But anyway, we are talking about being a lover girl and why you should always be a lover girl and why you should never give up on it. I think that, this is going to sound so head ass. Oh my God, it's going to sound bad. But you know how they be like, people say like, forgiveness is for y'all. I feel like being a lover girl is for you. It really don't have much to do with anybody else. And you're probably like, how? Because like, obviously you're loving other people, but like, you recover the best, in my opinion. I love your content. Thank you. I feel like you recover the best when you're a lover girl, because I don't know how people get through life any other way. If I'm being 100% real with you, because the whole like, I hate everyone phase can really, really drag you down, like down. And I'm sure it's a couple people who knew me from the past who are like, why would you even be saying any of this? Because you used to be that girl. And that's 100% true, girl. Girl, I did. I did. I used to go through a breakup and I would just sit there and be salty, and it just doesn't make sense. Like, going back, like, Did they sit there? Did they? Did they cry about it? Did they like? How does it make sense? Really, genuinely, it doesn't. it doesn't. So move on. I can't find my eyeshadow primer, and we are getting close to 8 a.m. and I really, really need to start. But the ADHD will not let me do the steps out of order. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. So, Mom, leave me alone. I wanna be famous. Do y'all have like do y'all have like the like random reflexes, like random TikTok sounds that you just can't get out of your brain and they're just like floating around? I'm really bad about that, like just random TikTok sounds. But anyway, in my 20s, that was me. OMG, it was horrible. So I am in my mid-20s now, officially. Ew. It's so weird to finally be able to say the phrase 20 years ago. Like, something happened 20 years ago. It's disgusting. It makes me feel old, and I'm not old enough to feel that way. But anyway, crazy girl, crazy girl. The TikTok sounds are crazy. But anyway, for me, you gotta get over it. You really do. And everybody, especially, like, everybody has their own way that they're going to get over it. But you have to. You gotta find a way. Because it just does not make sense to sit there. But even worse, I mean, even more harsh, I suppose, no one is coming to save you. No one is going to come and walk you through those emotions or whatever. So if you don't, you're going to be salty. And everyone else is going to move on. And you're going to be the only one sitting there in your old relationship feelings. No one cares. No one, and I'm like, the homegirls may care. You know what I mean? The friends may care. You know what I mean? But even after some time, they're going to get tired of hearing you talk about the same thing. Give yourself some time to really, really feel those feelings through and move on. That's all you got, babe. That is all you got. And I hate that I even sound like this now because, like, it makes me sound like, I remember when my big sisters, I have 3 big sisters, would be like, like you gonna wish somebody told you this at some point, whatever, la, 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 la. And I hate it. I hate it. It pains me sometimes, especially as a younger sibling, to be like, my older siblings were right. But they were. But they were. But they were. They were. They always were about everything. About everything. And now I'm an older sibling. I have 3 older sisters, 2 younger sisters. And my 2 younger sisters, like, they be making decisions and I'd be like, girl, I literally told you. Like, that was a horrible decision. That was a whatnot. But I got the type of younger sisters that have to learn from experience. God bless them. God bless them. I'm thankful. I was not the kind of person that had to learn from experience. My older siblings would tell me something, and now I would watch them fail. I would watch them do it, and that was enough for me. I've learned so much via their experience. But anyway, what we were talking about, being a lover girl. I think that you should be one forever. I think you should never stop. I think it's a horrible idea to stop. And I think that if you stop, you're going to be miserable. And you will not have anything to show for it. Anything. And truthfully, I think that is a phase in every woman's life. I think that every woman has a phase where either when she's a teenager, either in them early 20s, either like, whatever, where you can't tell them nothing. They write about everything. And I think that we have to go through that. We do, because we have to fall on our face. I hate it, but we do. For me, it wasn't my teenage years. I was scared of everything. My first, I think these, honestly, these last couple years of these mid-20s, right before mid-20s, 23, 24, 22, 23, 24, the relationships I got in, mortifying. Like, when I go back in my head, like, why? that I tolerate. And right in my sister's faces, like they knew. They knew and they told me I don't like it. I don't understand why you're doing it. It don't make sense. And I love having open speaking sisters. I love them, but they will eat me up. And you need somebody who's gonna eat you up every once in a while because many people won't. But they really was on my neck, and I just tolerated a couple things. And God bless them. God bless them. May they always have patience with me. God bless them. But anyway, I think that you should never stop. Ever, 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 ever stop being a lover girl. And then again, to reference, so a woman in the comments said, and we talked about it just a little bit earlier, like, you have to be careful because, people are trying to take us out and blah, blah, blah. I totally get that. Toxic trait I have is that I think when it's my time, it's my time. Like, when I'm going to go, I'm going to go. And that really is all there is to it. But I think that people think that being a lover girl means you don't have any boundaries, and that doesn't make sense. Lover girl is just about resilience. It means that no matter what happens, no matter who does what, I'm going to get back up. I'm going to feel my emotions, and I'm going to move on. To me, that's what being a lover girl is about. It ain't got nothing to do. Excuse my alarm. But anyway, it ain't got nothing to do with just like letting anybody do anything. In fact, I think that in order to be a lover girl, you need stronger boundaries probably than anyone else. And the reason why to me is that because there's a difference between being a lover girl and wearing your heart on your sleeve. That's what I would say. There's a huge difference between like, I'm a lover girl and I'm willing to get up every time and I am going to let you play in my face for the entirety of my life. That's a completely different concept. Some people haven't got there. And I will say that there are some lover girls that are like that, meaning like you can do anything in their face. But they're not inherently the same. That does not make sense. To me, anyway. I feel like in doing the last post that I have done, like Drake post or whatnot, I have gained a whole lot of new like lover girl followers, and I really love that. I think that being a lover girl means that you literally have to dedicate yourself to standing on business forever. Forever. Being resilient and standing on business is literally it. Forever. I'll call somebody out before anything. See? As you should. As you should. Because the fact that you are a lover girl, people often will be like, you are like, I don't know if they think that you're soft or that you like wear your heart on your sleeve or like whatnot. I have no idea what they think, but I know what they're wrong about. I think people look at lover girl or the word lover girl or the term lover girl and they think that means that you're reckless. And that's not the case by any means. Yada, 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 yada. Anyway, have y'all got y'all tickets for Beyonce? In theaters? You should have. But anyway, do you feel your city girl experiment has increased how often you wear makeup? Yes, 100%. Yes and no, though. And the reason why I'm going to say yes and no is because on one hand, it's gotten me back into makeup. I used to be a dedicated makeup girl. I used to be a 5 a.m. makeup girl. And this makeup chat situation is actually to help me get back on track with that. There are terms that me getting on live hinges on. Like, I can't get on live if My morning routine is not done. So that means like skincare is done, all these other whatnot, all of the things that I set for myself. The workout is done. You know what I mean? Whatnot, everything. So if I'm here at 6 or 7 with you all, that means I got up at 5 to get my business done. You know what I mean? So that's where we are. No matter how often I put on this makeup, this Fenty, and what's so funny is that I've had the same foundation for like 2 years, like the same two shades that I alternate between. No matter how often I put it on, I still panic because she starts out orange, and then when she dries, she goes back to my skin tone. But I panic every time, no matter how many times I put it on, no matter how many times. Like, it does not matter. Oh, brother, the tickets haven't been released in Israel. Well, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I did not know Beyonce. Anyway, so that's a good base. So we did like 2 different concealers last night, or last time. I don't remember what order I put them on in. I know it came out cute though, so I'm gonna just guess and check. Guess and check. What are some other changes you have noticed since doing the experiment? I think I've noticed many things, and you can figure out all about all of the things that have changed in my cymatics experiment playlist, which is on my page. There are about 39-ish videos in there about all of my experiments. I empower you to go check that out. But yeah, back to being a lover girl. Lover girls should never stop being lover girls, and they should never stop having great boundaries. Boundaries are the most important part of the lover girl experience. Sorry. Mom, leave me alone. I wanna be famous. Okay, now on boundaries. I think that you can ask. I don't know if I'll have an answer. You can ask a beauty tip. I don't know if I have an answer, but yeah. I think that boundaries look different for every person, and I think that that's why people struggle with them. Personally, I am thankful that I've never really struggled with boundaries because, I mean, I don't know, because I'm a Taurus, but also because I have sisters and I grew up in a really, really like, I'm so thankful that I grew up in a house where you had to voice your needs. So that's something I became very, very comfortable with. Like, I have a lot of acquaintances, friends, and such who were like, you know, like they tell me often, like, they have a really, really hard time voicing their needs. And I was really raised in a house where it was like, okay, you have to voice your needs because you need to have your needs met. My mom was very, very big on advocating for yourself. But in houses where there was more of a like a do what I say, not at what I do, or do as I say, rather, people didn't grow up with that skill. And I don't even know who I would be or what I would be if I wasn't able to advocate for myself. I think that, like, I don't know, like, boundaries are such a challenge for people, especially if you didn't get them really, really young, or you had parents who didn't respect your boundaries or weren't okay with you having boundaries. And that leads me to my next point, which is that it's really, 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 really important to, if you're going to be dating as an adult, really do the work and evaluate how your childhood has affected what you believe, how you date, all of that. There will be another day when we talk about, what is it, mother hunger, father hunger, and how that affects dating relationships, but that is not today. But it is so very important to know and pay attention, or find a professional or something to really, really be evaluating how and why you date, how and why you choose, what you're looking for in a partner, and how it correlates to your childhood and experience, because you will think it's not there. And it is. And it is. I am just now, for real, around 24, 25, really starting to evaluate for real why I date, how I date, and how my relationship with my parents, not just my mother or my father, but my parents, is affecting how I choose and why I choose how I choose. So please, 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 please evaluate. Is there an all natural moisturizer or oil or something to put on my lips and skin? I recommend you do some. I know some people do like aloe vera, stuff like that. Personally, this is going to sound really bad. This is going to sound really bad, but I don't really care too much if it's natural. I use a primer with a grip that is moisturizing, and that is milk. I use a foaming facial cleanser that has a hydrating qualities, because I'm a drier skin type. Then I go in with a witch hazel to get rid of everything. I know people say don't use it. I'm never going to stop. And then that's for my toner. And then I go in with a straight up like a vitamin E oil. And I'm also a Vaseline girl. I'm never letting go of Vaseline. And people are not going to tell you that petroleum is natural ever. But that's what's worked for me, and that's what's always worked for me. And I have super skin that reacts to everything. If I have too much sugar, I can see it on my skin. If I'm eating a certain way, I can see it on my skin. If I'm like whatever, everything pops up on my skin. So I'm not changing. I'm not switching nothing. I'm locked in with everything I'm locked in with. It takes me so long to find something that works. Well, it took me so long. And yeah, I like middle school or whatever was my skin was all out of balance. I've been using the same thing pretty much since high school with little variations. Of course, CeraVe wasn't as like popular, and it is now. When I got into CeraVe, it took a moment. Also, for people that are like, it's CeraVe, I refuse to call it CeraVe. I will always call it CeraVe. And the reason why is because CeraVe sounds like something a black girl would use. CeraVe sounds like Beyonce. It sounds like, you know what I mean? It sounds like it has some spice. CeraVe, I don't know her. Sounds like a Susan. Like, I would not do that. So CeraVe it is. I don't care how it's really pronounced. Good morning, Sean. But yeah, I was gonna say, I don't care. I really don't. My skin is sensitive. Thank you for being my big sis. Oh, no problem, sweetheart. I love it when lives feel like that. Like, it's just a FaceTime call. Like, I feel like they should just be conversational. I don't know where the fork, all of the, like, NPC characters that you scroll past came from. That you, like, you're on live and then you're like, what is this person doing? And why are they doing that? I'm gonna move on because, not to step on anybody, because that's everybody gotta hustle, but I would rather die. I gotta stop saying that. People be like, you're manifesting. Like, you can't say you would rather die. But I'd be like, but I really would though. I would not do that. I'm doing this look completely wrong. I'm just blending the colors at this point. The way I usually do it, I would have done that second shade and then I would have cut my crease, but I can't find my primer. So I feel like if I'm going to do it wrong, I just got to take it there. And we're going to see what happens. Very YOLO. Worst case scenario, ain't nobody finna see me but my kids today. And my classroom kids, not my kids. I don't have kids. I reject. But yes, we were talking about being a lover girl and why you should never stop. And I don't think that lover girl has an age limit either. No, really. I would really rather take a dirt nap. And that sounds really disrespectful, but there's that. Can we talk about lover girls with attachment issues? Okay. So, what we just talked about is how I think that you need to evaluate your relationship with your parents and how that affects how you choose and why you choose. Your attachment style is definitely something that you gain in childhood. I think that sometimes there are people who have genuine attachment issues and like they have an issue letting go for real. Sometimes we have a problem detaching because our self-esteem is not high enough. Anytime that I've been hung up on a man, and like the man, we just talked last night about this in live, but the man that I was the most hung up on in my entire life, like that I could not let go, it was self-esteem for the most part. Do you want kids? That is a very interesting question. No. I think that right now I'm in education and there will always be someone else's kids to help heal because people are doing children wrong, but there are children's own families are not doing well. I used to work in behavioral alternative before I just started working in education, and nothing has made me more pro-choice. I worked in a school where we did physical interventions, which is a spicy way to say restraints. And if you think that you are going to have a mistake by birthing a child, you should terminate that mistake instead of letting a child grow and tell it that it's a mistake every day. Because I know how that ends, and I know what kind of violent reactions they can have. Believing that you are unloved is very, very dangerous. Nothing shall ever bloom within my womb. And I have a sister who's adopted. My mother adopted one of my siblings. I refer to her as my older sibling because she is my older sibling. And I don't have any half family. You're my family or you are not. It is very simple. So I don't remember a time when she wasn't my sister. Blood couldn't make us no closer. My older sister adopted a child who was older than all of her children. I have a nephew. He's 17. He was adopted at 17. So just recently. And he is the sweetest thing. And the family that he originally was with, that he was adopted by, abused him. You know what I mean? So it's just like the blood is a choice. My mother raised me to believe that blood is a choice. We don't really associate that much with her birth family. And it's because, it is what it is. The family you choose is your family. And that just is it is what it is. If I was ever going to have a child, it would be an adoption. I couldn't see myself, unless, this is going to sound shallow, unless I met a really rich man who could afford to provide children with a really, really good life. But besides that, I just I couldn't see myself birthing a child, for real. There are so many already here. If I had the means to provide right now, I would already have a child that I adopted. When I worked in the system, specifically, like at that behavioral alternative facility, there was a boy that I was like, man, that was my baby. Like, that was my baby. If I had the means right now, if I was a little older, I would have already have children. But I don't play that. And kids being mistreated is one thing. I can't deal with anyone picking on somebody that they know can't fight back. Now, it's one thing if they won't, if it's like a thing, they have some moral complex or anything like that. But children are innocent. They have not done anything. They have not, whatever. That's not what we came on here to talk about at all. But I don't play that at all. So there's that. I think that there's like, there are only, y'all know, I don't believe in jail. I will do anything to stay out of jail. If you ever put me in a position where I need to snitch, I'm snitching. I'm telling the cops stuff that they don't need to know, whatever. But about kids, I could be in a box. I can 100% be in a box and I wouldn't regret it. Especially like though I don't want my own, I have nieces and nephews, and I don't even know where I would mentally go if something happened to them kids. Like, oh my God. Whoa. I don't even like to think about it because, like, I would not, I would be in a box. I would be in a box, locked up, doing crime. I don't know, babe. I do not know. Would you date a man with kids? Oh, very interesting question. I don't know. I don't know. He would have to take care of them very, very well. I say that I would. However, I don't want to lie. I think it would be really, really situational. I think it would be 100% situational because, yeah, my biggest downfall, or drawback to dating a man with kids is that I love them. Though I don't want any of my own, to birth any anyway, I think that they're wonderful. Children are so very wonderful. And I think that if I got connected with the man and the child, and then I had to break up with the man, I think I would go through it for a little while because, yeah, I think I would have to go through it because, like, you are my family. You know what I mean? Especially like the way I date. I'm like, I love you. If I love you for real, you my family. And it would be like that baby, I just came here for the music experiment. Oh, cool. La 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 la. I'm trying to decide if I want to, like, what I want to do. Do I want to kind of go up today or do I want to go out today? I usually go out with liner, but I went up the other day and it looked really good. So, Mom, leave me alone. All of that information about the experiment that I'm currently doing is in the cymatics playlist. There's a playlist on my TikTok that has the word cymatics across it. And there are about 39, like 40-ish videos in it. Oh, very interesting. Sorry, y'all. When I start doing liner, I get real quiet. Okay, so we're going up. That's what we decided on. I don't like this liner. Ew. Trying to see, does that feel even? No, it does not. It could be worse. YOLO. This makeup is really mid today, in my opinion. This is not... I know y'all be like mad at me if I just took it off. But it feels mid. It feels so mid. Oh, this is waterproof. Gracias. There we go. This a liquid. That's a liquid liner, okay? Because what was going on with that last one? What time is it? I'm just doing makeup like I ain't got nowhere to go. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. That works. I can live with that. You know, when God was giving out gifts, I don't know what was on his mind, because he could have gave me so many different things, and he decided on 4C eyebrows and 4C eyelashes. Why would he give me nappy eyelashes? Like, on the list of gifts, I guess he had to balance things out. Like, he gave me a really cool voice. I really love my brain. Thankful for my brain. But, like, 4C eyelashes? Like, what was on bros? What beef did he have with me personally? I like that. We can live with that. Y'all, my lashes never came. Like, I got a notification from, like, Amazon that they just had to be... I had to reorder, like, from a different place because something happened. So I've been out here raw dogging it with these gosh darn mascara. Makeup is the only situation in which I wish that I was ambidextrous. Every other time, I'm perfectly fine with it, but to be able to do liner with both hands at the same time would be crazy. I like it. I can live with that. I'm gonna make it a little sharper on one side though. Mom, leave me alone. I wanna be famous. That's such a good question, and I don't think I've thought about that much. Now that I'm thinking about it again, dating a man with kids, I don't know. I've always, though, what I will say is, women, like my girly girls, the ones that I like trust for real, they always tell me that I should not. And I feel like that has a lot to do with the fact that, like, children... Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for the rose. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that children have mothers. And when you are with a man who has a child, if he is doing right by that child and that child's mother will low-key always be in your life. And they can dictate so many things about your life. And knowing who I am, like, if the mother of your child is like, hey, there's something going on, I expect you to go deal with it because that's the mother of your child. So, you know what I mean? If she was to start overplaying her role, it would just kind of be, it is what it is situation. And I am possessive. And I don't know how I would deal with that. So I probably wouldn't set myself up for that. Granted, there are so many different ways it could go, though. Because every man is different and every, child mother, situation is different. But that is not what we were talking about. We came here to talk about being a lover girl and why you should never stop. That was the subject for today. Even in that situation, I think that, I don't know. I feel like for me personally, that would set me up for failure. I really do. I think I would be setting myself up for failure if I got with somebody with a child. Just because of the fact that, like, first of all, I know how I am. I know how that can go. I know I don't play about children. I know that, like, I emotionally attach for real. When I get there. Like, it takes me a long time to emotionally attach, but once we locked in, But also, like, on top of all of that, like, I think it just blurs too many lines with boundaries. Like, it blurs way too many lines with boundaries. Like, even though, like, so say you got in a relationship with somebody, right? You break up with the man, you can move on. You break up with the man, and then you have to lose access to the child that you've come to love and whatnot. Like, you talking about you gonna mess up your lover girl journey for real. For real. Let's talk about how to emotionally detach as a lover girl. I think that the best way to emotionally detach is to not overplay your role. What is my sun sign? Yes. Yes. Once you know what it is, you're like, oh yeah, you never beaten them allegation. Gemini. I'm disgusted. But anyway, you said, what did somebody say? Aquarius? I am not an Aquarius. People keep saying that. I literally have a video about that because people have said that so often. Aquarius is the only sign that is almost for me in an orange jumpsuit. No. but I do have water all through my chart. All through it. My moon and rising are the same water sign. Okay, so about being emotionally detached as a lover girl. I think that I love a Scorpio. I love a Scorpio, but I am not a Scorpio. I get that a lot too. Scorpios keep me in trouble. My last situationship was a Scorpio. It's a huge problem. I'm not a Cancer. No. What's so funny, I don't think that anyone knows that much about my sign because there are so many stereotypes. All the stereotypes that we get are hungry, happy, sleepy. That's it. I'm a Taurus, baby. I am a Taurus. And for some reason, I don't know why people are like, no, you could not be a Taurus. That doesn't make sense. I am literally the poster child for Taurus. Like, it does not make sense. Most of them, there are more Tauruses like me than what y'all hear about. Especially like because I'm doing like in-depth experiments and whatnot. I don't know why people are like that doesn't seem like a Taurus thing. That doesn't make sense. Whoever made up the concept that Tauruses are lazy is dumb and uneducated because I've never met a Taurus who was not a workhorse. We work hard. We're bulls. That's all we do. You're so friendly for a Taurus. That's so weird. That is so weird. That's so weird. Now, Taurus man, I ain't got nothing to say. But also what I can say is that I am not a person who, in person, if you met me, you may not think I'm nice. That's what I'll say. You may not think I'm super, super nice. I don't know if I'm nice. I think I'm kind. That's what it is. I am very, very... People say my resting face is like deadly, and I don't think it's like that or nothing like that. But once we are locked in, we are locked in, and I will protect you with my life. I love you from the bottom of my heart, but I can see where you're coming from. But every Taurus I know, because maybe it's because I'm a Taurus too, so I'm like, they're probably really friendly. Like, they'll be fine, I'm not easily intimidated, but I have been told on many occasions that I am intimidating, so it makes sense. Capricorn here, I love a Taurus. We are so misunderstood. I love Tauruses. I love us. I really do love us. I would not choose another sign to be. But my moon and rising are both the same water sign. I'm a Taurus and then a double of the other things. Taurus are stubborn. Yes, we are. And we standing on business forever. I'm 100% okay with that. I don't think that there are negative There are negative things associated with being stubborn that I don't understand. Taurus, we don't get played the same way y'all do. Often. Once we finally find our like niche and our what, we stand in on business. That's what I love about us. I'm rarely not cool with another Taurus. That's what I would say. I don't think I've ever met a Taurus that I really genuinely disliked. But it's because we all on business. Like, all of us are on business. So, yeah, no. Taurus Sun, Aquarius Moon, Libra Rising. Ooh, child. Bless your heart and all your parts, baby. All of your parts. Okay. House Labs. Let's see. This is my older one. I bought this one and I matched it too perfectly. So it doesn't really give me like the under eye highlight or nothing like that I want. But it's still a little brighter than some other things. Like, it goes on bright, but then it blends out way too well. So we're going to see what happens. I don't know. Y'all hear my stomach growling? Unacceptable. It's okay. I'm on my way to get breakfast anyway. If my coworkers are watching this, no, you aren't. My only experience with Aquarius have been negative, so I can't really say anything about that. Well, dating experience anyway. I am a Taurus Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising, and I'm a Sun. I'm an Earth with 2 waters, and then I am a 4:44 a.m. So I'm a perfect 4 baby. There are a lot of things going on in Aricia Grace's chart. Ain't no Gemini in there though, so. I feel like one of my lashes was just like stabbing me. Like, what is going on? Okay. We made it. Jesus Christ. Okay. No, I'm an April Taurus. This is the breakfast beat. Okay. We're changing the name of this show. Morning makeup chat is cute, but breakfast beat? What? Like, come on now. Come on with it. Why would I see the tab and then open up a completely different side? Aricia Grace, what are you thinking today, baby? Yeah, I don't get it. What's so funny is that somebody said like they never seen the friendly Taurus. May Taurus are too friendly for me, low key. One of my homegirls is a May Taurus, and I'd be like, girl, who are these people you done brought around us? Like, please chill. There's a lash or something in my eye. You're not friendly. Who is that? How you know? How you know? I think I'm friendly. Good morning, sweetheart. Certified lover girl. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Oh, Janaisha. Let me follow you right now because, come on. Be for real. Okay, Janaisha would know. That's so funny. Janaisha would know. I feel like I'm super friendly once we get cool. Like, once we're cool, we locked in. But I ain't gonna lie. Like, who are these people and why are you talking to me? Janaisha and I go way back. She knew me in high school, so back then she would have definitely known I was not friendly. We had the worst the choir class of all time, and I was not here for it. I got the most likely to sleep in class award in choir. So that's how you know I was about it back then. It was bad. Thank God I'm delivered. I'm not that same person no more. That was like 10 years ago. The smiley insults. That's so funny. Nah, yeah, we go way back. Man. No, for real. I think that mentors are really, really friendly, and I'd be like, what are y'all on? Leave me alone. I'm just not social. Like, I'm so friendly. I feel like once we locked in, I'm so friendly, but I am not social. Like, what's so funny is that I talk so much on here to y'all, but I feel like it's because I'm in the comfort of my own home. My old coworkers at my old job, some of them told me, like, it was 3 months until I was quitting, and they was like, bro, I've never heard you talk before. And I'm like, it's because I don't like you. Like, what do you mean? Like, oh, I've never heard you talk before. We're not here to talk. We at work, girl. Leave me alone. So funny. Okay, this is a setting powder. I'm probably overdoing it. Okay. How are you? When are you dropping this project you told me about? What project I say? What project? Oh, okay. So me and you will talk about that. Me and the live will not talk about that. So send me a message and we'll talk about that. Okay. But Aries, and I only like certain folks. Relatable. Relatable. I was finna say something. What was I gonna say? I don't know. Somebody said something I wanted to like piggyback off of. I have a baby face. That is so crazy to me because I've always been told I look older than my age. What happens to the women in my family is that I feel like we look grown really, really fast. We get body, we get all of that really, really fast. And then it freezes. And then that's when the like, oh my God, you look so young for your age starts. Like my mother and me or whatever, people are always like, she's your sister. And I'm like, no. She's like, old. Love that woman dearly. Find out where blush should go on your face. Do not put blush just right here on the balls of your face. If you have a different face shape, you will look like a 65-year-old white woman. Find out where it goes on your face. Blush is not just for your cheeks. Stop doing that. Unless you are a golden girl, you do not need to be putting blush directly on the balls of your cheeks. Unless that is your face shape and what is appropriate. You look like Jigsaw. Genuine question. Is this the byproduct of your experiment? That's a great question. Yes and no. We talked about that a little bit. I used to be a dedicated makeup girl. I have a video, actually, where I kind of like did a check-in on myself after I was assaulted, which is something that I've spoken really, really openly about. I really, really fell out of a lot of my daily habits. I used to be a dedicated 5 a.m. makeup girl every day, faithfully, because I love makeup and that's what I really, really like to do. But suddenly after that, I felt really, really disconnected with myself and my body. And this live is about being a lover girl, which was a journey for me, something I had to get back on. In spite of being assaulted, in spite of whatnot, I am never going to stop being a lover girl. And I think that you should never, ever, 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 ever stop. Oh, that's life. It's life. Thank you for that. Like, I appreciate, like, people are always like, I'm so sorry for you. But I'm like, I survived, babe. I survived. And what's really, really funny is that people are always like, a lot of people were like, the city girl experiment is going to make you not be a lover girl anymore. That doesn't make sense. City girls are created. You are not born a city girl. You don't immediately become a city girl. It's not something that's inherent. City girls are created as a result of what is going on around them, as a result of how they've been treated. City girls are, and what's so funny is that JT and Young Miami talk about being a city girl as if it was just something that they wanted to be when they were at their best. like when they were like broke and whatnot, the interviews and whatnot that I watched, they like JT specifically talks about being a city girl. Like she was just like right now we don't got it, right now we don't, one thing or another, but we gonna get there, we gonna be city girls, you know what I mean, whatnot. So it really wasn't even like a movement until it became something that they had achieved. City girls are created. They had to hustle, they had to change mentalities, and I totally understand. But what's so funny is that both of them are still lover girls. And for the most of their part of their, like the deepest part of their careers, they've been in committed relationships. So it don't even really make sense. No, I'm not actually. I am replacing myself. Adding layers would imply that the old versions of me are still alive, and they're not. It's okay. Sometimes we have like a really, really hard time with like admitting that parts of us are gone. And the truth is, there are parts of me that are gone. Who I was before I was assaulted does not exist. It's not real. She's gone, and that's okay. Mm-hmm. JT is a lover girl down. Exactly. City girl has nothing to do with cheating, and I don't know where that stigma came from. Probably men, truthfully. Just joining live, can you have the definition of a lover girl? In my opinion, a lover girl is a girl that no matter what happens, they don't stop believing in love. They don't start behaving differently because people have treated them one way or another. It don't matter what happens. It don't matter if whatnot, I'm going to hop back on the horse. It just is, it's life. Lover girl is a mentality. It's a way of life. I'm never going to stop. I like that, Drew. Thank you. Yes. Lover girls unite. Period. Okay. How has your energy changed since starting the experiment? I invite you to check out my cymatics playlist. There are about 39 videos in there about what has happened and how my life has changed. I am in the dark period, so there are not daily videos, but I explain that in the playlist. Please check it out. Check it out. So you can see everything that has changed. And I have a YouTube channel where I do long videos that explain every single symptom from every single day. Okay. I feel like this bronzer really, really adds the color back to my face, because before I'd be looking like a ghost, mostly ghostly, until you put that bright bronzer on. That super, super bright light low-key won't let you like see it for real. But yeah, y'all already know what my favorite song has been lately. It ain't been a city girl song, low-key. That's the, what's her name? Mona Leo, Beating Down Your Block. Because don't actually about my ex. Let's just pretend that nigga died. That changed my life. He's dead. I'm free. I'm a new woman. Who is that? I'm a widow, if you will. We're going to need a playlist. There is already a playlist, babe. I already shared it. It's already been posted. It's called The Yassification of Aricia Grace. And it is on Spotify. I believe it's like 12 hours long. If you check the playlist, it is in there. The cymatics playlist, it is in there. Don't ask me about my ex. Let's just pretend that nigga died. I said, what? We toss it back and forth. We treat these niggas like they big bags. Changed my life. It's so bad. Sprinkle. See, I have split opinions on Sprinkle, but I respect her. I do. I respect the hustle. I respect what she did. What I know is that I don't know if I want to have a loveless marriage or a marriage like her marriage. I still believe in love, obviously. So I still believe that one day I'm going to find someone and we're going to be locked in and we're going to be lovey on each other. You know what I mean? Whatever. So I love that. The playlist again, it's called The Yassification of Aricia Grace. It is in the playlist. You can find the Spotify code in that playlist. I shared it. I want to try. I'm about to post, I think I probably will post today, about the artists who are the most requested right now. Good morning! The artists who are the most requested right now. I think there are 6 of them who are like the highest requested. And I believe they are Taylor Swift, Aubrey Drake Graham, which would make him the first man, BTS, which is K-pop, Cleo Soul, Victoria Monet, and I think there was one more. There was like a big six. I don't remember who it was. I don't know. But yeah. Carol G. That's what it was. It was Carol G. Or like a month of only Spanish. And I would be super open to that. Honestly. I really would. Love me some Spanish. Love reggaeton. Okay. All right. We're going to put this highlight on because I'm just sitting here like I ain't got to work. Like I don't have a job. Like I can't wait till the day when I ain't got to clock in, y'all. Oh my God. I can't wait. Manifesting. Some people think it's really, really delusional, but I have a timer on my phone that's like, I want to be famous by this date. And I think it only has like 360 days left on it. I was like, I'm going to do a whole year of delusion. I'm just going to work and I'm going to post content consistently. You know what's funny though? Ever since I put the timer on, ever since I started blindly going, this is what's going to happen and that's it, and just started making whatever content I feel like when I wake up, I've been viral. So, you know, I don't know. Some people, maybe it's delusion, maybe it's Maybelline, baby. But I bet you I'm going to follow whatever makes me happy in the morning. Just scroll past, but that good morning. Oh, thank you. Good morning. That sounds so obnoxious. It's so funny because my best friend, she's always like, you can just tell you were like a bad kid growing up. And I feel like I wasn't. Was I obnoxious? Yes. Yes. But that's the thing. You can't not be obnoxious when you have 5 sisters. What? We were always up to something. Like, living alone has been the wildest experience. Like, living in a space where there is no one else or whatever. Because I'm like, I went from, you know, my apartment situation where I have roommates to like a duplex now. And I'm like, it's so weird to not have anybody making any noises. Like, what be going on? You know what I mean? So, you know how they say, like, after a while, like, living alone, you start, like, talking to yourself and you start to, like, you know, whatever. I'm 100% a victim. I am 100% an example because I really be in here. I'm like, I'm going to get on live and talk to my TikTok folks, or I'm going to, like, I don't know, do the Running Man. Something I have learned is that, ooh, not the vape, cheese. Anyway, something I have learned is that I have to be on the first floor of wherever I am. I'm thinking there are no other floors because it's a duplex where I am, but if I am not, I am liable to do a herky in the middle of the night. Like, my neighbors beneath me would hate me because I am going to get up and run up. I get the zoomies. Like, I'm just up doing stuff. You know what I mean? So obnoxious. So obnoxious. I could never have neighbors again. Like, I don't know how I'm going to survive with never having neighbors again, but at the same time, so obnoxious. Like, I'm going to get up and do random stuff. If I start playing Just Dance at 2 a.m, my neighbors would hate me. Like, hate me. I'm pew, pew, pew randomly. So, like, no. It would be awful. All right, we just gonna happen to open a new one because I thought I was looking for my old liner. So this is the part where I always say this is some real black girl stuff because the girls say, or some girl went viral talking about, you know, heavy lip liner is not in fashion anymore. I don't give a rat's ass what is in fashion. I'm a black girl, and it's what we do. The lip line, the heavy lip line, and the gloss is unbeatable. She will never be beat. I will never stop doing it. It don't matter that it's not the 2000s no more. It don't matter. Because it's us. Hi, beautiful. It's not your fault. I told you I was going to start at 7 a.m. I was here at 7:30. I was late. Because, y'all, it's something about sleep. It's something about sleep. It's something about that bed. Y'all, Jesus. I don't care. Hello. Good morning. But yeah, I was so obnoxious as a child. It's bad. It was so bad. Good morning, sweetheart. You work 9 days straight? Yeah, I've been working 7 days a week because I have. That's honestly why my all this apartment, never see it, never hear. Y'all done started getting even like office content. Like I be at work making content, but it's because I work 7 days a week now. I have my Monday through Friday, my full time, and then I do a part time on the weekend, Saturday, Sunday. So I work 7 days. I never see my house. I know y'all be like, how do you be making content and just wearing the same thing every day? And the answer is no. But it's because I make content and then I just have to like hold on to it because of the fact that I'm like, I'm never going to see my house. Like I can't sit around and make content no more. And it grieves my spirit. But we got goals, we got dreams, and we're going to get there, okay? My stomach is hollering at me, okay? Period. Currently 5 p.m. in South Africa. Wow. Beautiful. It is almost 9 a.m. here in Illinois. Thank you. It came out a little dark, but I like it. Imagine having to overline your lips. Can you imagine living a lipless life? It would be so sad. A lipless life, child. It couldn't be me. My coworkers would be like, what are you doing today? What are you on? Why do you look like that? You know what I mean? Because I never do. I stopped doing my makeup. So this is the beginning of me getting back into it for real, like for work. I usually only do it for like events and from like chilling or something. And then finishing touches, okay? Because babe, no matter what lip gloss I have tried, no matter what expensive thing I buy, no matter what is going on, baby, the hair store lip gloss, 10 out of 10. It's never going to fail. 99-cent hair store lip gloss is never going to fail. And she doesn't fail again. Look at her. She never fails. She never does. And I don't even... She's unbeatable. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what Robin, Rihanna, Fenty is doing. Doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. Hair store makeup is going to eat every single time. I'm just now switching blushes. Yesterday, I took y'all on a little haul yesterday because I did... what is it? I went to Sephora again, doing too much. And I found a blush that we hope is going to be able to compete with the hair store blush that I've been using forever. And honestly, I don't think it will. I really don't think it will. I found a hair store blush years ago, like when I was in like high school, and I've not turned my back on her. But I'm trying it. I'm going to try it. I don't even think she's going to compete, for real with you. Like, I really don't. I really don't. Why do I have on a full face for work? They're going to be like, what are you doing? What are you doing? But anyway, I love you all so much. If I didn't live only a couple minutes from my work, I would be panicking. Okay, panicking. Geeking. High as tweaking. I was trying to strike. Shout out to my man. Y'all, if Drake really does reach out to me, if somebody from their team really does reach out to me, I'm gonna shit kittens. And I hate to like be that person, but I am going to shit kittens. I'm like, I know. We already talked about me glazing and stuff like that, but like, it's still Drake. I'm a freak out. Lose it. High as fuck. Tweaking. But yeah. My favorite thing about being delusional right now is that I'm not discounting any possibilities. He could reach out. He could say something. Hopefully he don't give me a Birkin. I know a lot of people were saying like, you are delusional for saying no to a Birkin. But at the same time, babe, who's going to protect that Birkin? Who? I have gotten through life not shooting anyone yet. If someone comes into my house, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No. Like, yes, a Birkin is beautiful. Yes, they increase in value over time. The crime rate is also increasing over time, babe. I like my life. I need someone not to try to run through my house like the Tomb Raider trying to get that Birkin because it's worth more than anything else I have going on. Sorry. No. Sorry. No. I live in Illinois, babe. Stop. Like, what are you on? Like, no. Are you going to do brows? No, I'm not. And the reason why is because I was blessed with 4C eyebrows. I gel them up. I leave them alone. Anytime I add anything, it looks like I tried to cosplay 90s chola. And that's not my goal. So, no. I was blessed with deep, dark, hot, heavy Negro eyebrows. And I'm so thankful to God. So thankful to God, I will not be touching them. There are some delusions and illusions that I feed into for the people, and some I do not. I do not draw on my eyebrows because I don't think that they're necessary. I don't. But yeah, if it was the 2000s, for real, if I was on that today, I would draw on a little beauty mark. My older sister used to do that, very Marilyn Monroe of her. One day, I just want to grow into my older sisters. They're great. But anyway, moral of the story, never stop being a lover girl. Ever. For anyone. And that's it. That's it. So you can really see the blush in person, but you can't really see it on camera. I put on a whole lot of blush, especially up under this highlighter. I can see it really well. I'm trying to see, like, if I turn off the light, will you be able to see it? Like, no, not really. I don't care. Anyway. Thank you so much. This has been a great morning makeup chat. Okay, alarm. This has been a great morning makeup chat. It was so great getting back to makeup with y'all. I'm going to be sore because before morning makeup chat, I got the little workout in. I am not looking forward to that, but I love you all. And I will be back tomorrow. And hopefully we're back every other day. If you have any subject that you would like to talk through, please send it to me in a DM on Instagram or in a message right here on TikTok. And I will 100% add it to the list. And we will talk through it on one of these days when we're doing our makeup together before work. Put your face on. It's time to put your face on again. Hopefully tomorrow we are on time. And I actually start at 7 a.m. I'm never beating the Taurus allegations. I'm never beating the sleepy allegations ever. I'm so sorry. It's just something about the bed. It's something about it. Let me spray this on like I'm not. Like, what is going on right now? No matter how many times I spray setting spray, I inhale every time. And I don't know what it is. Like, what is it? I inhale and I'm going to sneeze. It's coming up. But anyway, we're going to let that dry a little bit. Then we're going to go on with a second round because I'm going to be at work all day. And I'm not reapplying because I don't feel like it. Ain't it crazy when you don't feel like something in the future? Like, it's in the future, but I already know I'm not going to feel like it. Ew. But anyway, my lashes didn't come. Okay, we just talked about that a little while ago. I freaking ordered lashes and something happened in transit or something happened and whatnot. And so I had to order them from a different company. So I had to put on this mascara. And that's all I got. It just looked bald lashed. In person, you can see them. I made it pretty thick. But on camera, they do not translate. Look bald lashed. Embarrassing. Anyway, for people who missed the live, it's okay. For people who want to rewatch this live, that's okay too, because of the fact that when this is, the period has passed, I am going to download it and it'll be on YouTube. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. If you have a subject that you would like to speak through, send it in messages on TikTok or in messages on Instagram. I love y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Bye. Thank you. Never stop being a love girl. Bye.